definitely the blitz packages and third downs, red zone and things, be able to get good quality work against somebody else. That's what you want out of these 2 days.
What specifically is so challenging about Brian Flores' pressure packages?
Just makes you question, makes you think a little bit, when you get to the offense, when you get to the line, as an offense, you want to be able to play fast. So, he has a lot of exotic looks and things that you probably never seen before, and sometimes it makes you, play a little bit slow. So, that's what makes that defense goes, and to be able to go out there for these 2 days and be able to get that, it's been quality work for us.
Was today in any way tougher than yesterday for you guys offensively? Morgan, just looked like it was maybe a little tougher to move the ball today.
Well, we had different emphasis today. We were more in the red zone, not total field today. So the practice was scheduled to be more red zone, things like that. But I think overall, the how we operate, is getting better every day, and that's what we got to do. We just got to continue just putting our best foot forward every day and getting better.
There's a guy who's gone up against Harold Landry on occasion as a tackle going up against an edge rusher during practice. What stood out for you when it comes to him?
Well, we get quality edge rushers every day in practice. Our defensive line, not even just the number one, but we got depth on our defensive line. So being able to go against those guys every day, and then be able to go against these DNs in Minnesota, and what they bring to the table, and just obviously the schemes that they bring. It's good for everybody to see. Good for the quarterback to see, good for the offensive line, the running backs. We got a lot of blitz pickups these last 2 days. So being able to see those things and get them on tape and see what we can do better and see how we can move forward has been great.
Morgan, when you review the tape of yesterday's practice, I know you're busy looking at your own line and your own play, but what, if anything, did you notice about Drake's ability to handle that volume of blitzes that we've been talking about?
Yeah, things are going to happen. This is the NFL. Everybody has great players, great quality players, great defenses, and but it's about bouncing back after a bad play, and I think that's what that 2 minute looked like. We had a couple of bad plays the first couple of plays, but to be able to get the ball in the end zone, that's the answer to it all. So just being able to get quality work, man.
We asked you a lot about Will. There's a lot of attention on him. He's a first round pick. How do you feel like he's handled, everything that's being thrown at him? Do you feel like it's getting a little fast for him at times?
It's for everybody. You're seeing different things. It's a different offense, so everybody's learning together. The key is just you make one mistake one day, don't come back and make the same mistake the next day. Find something else to make a mistake on that we can, get better every day about. And I think Will's done a great job of that. It's just, getting better every day, asking questions, and that's what you want as a young guy.
All right, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
How you doing, Jaylinn?
How you doing, man?
Good to see you, man.
How you doing? What's up, man? How you doing? Good seeing you. Hello, man. How you doing? How you doing? Shake everybody's hand. How you doing? How's it going?
So just initial impressions
Good.
coming off the field. I know you haven't watched the film yet, but just how you guys did today.
I feel like today was, okay. I feel like not one of our best. I think they got the best of us today. It's okay. It happens. Go back to the drawing board, correct what we got to correct, and then move forward and continue to fulfill the goal that we're trying to fulfill, day in and day out. So there'll be ups and downs in this game. You just got to keep going.
Was that Coach Vrabel's message afterwards, after seeing what went down?
Yeah, man, his message was just basically, we got to find it, We haven't arrived. We got a lot to work towards, and we got to keep on going, and going towards that goal. Like I said, we never arrived, so we just got to keep on working.
You guys have rotated through a lot of different safety companies back there. I know part of it's like just camp and kind of figuring out what works and what doesn't. How do you feel about how things are going back there? There's a lot of different guys, a lot of different positions, a lot of different situations.
Oh, man, every time I come out to practice, I just see it as a great opportunity and a blessing to come out here to work on my craft, to better myself. Not only that, but be a good teammate towards whoever I'm out there with, and that's the important goal. We all work together to that ultimate goal, to win, and to fulfill what we're going to be on defense, so, yeah.
Craig talked a little bit about his relationship with you going all the way back to Cal. What's it been like getting a chance to work with him again here in the NFL?
It's really so cool. It's crazy because before he got drafted, he took a 30-day visit to the Patriots. And I remember him texting me. He was like, bro, I'm in New England. I'm like, oh, this is dope. So I'm like, okay. And I was like, bro, that'll just be so dope if we're teammates again. That'll be a blessing. And look where we are now. So it's been really dope working with him. Me being older, I'm here to give him whatever he needs from a football standpoint, life standpoint, whatever, and just be here to help him out for whatever he needs.
Jaylinn, what was your impression of facing J.J. McCarthy for 2 days?
He's pretty good. Great player, actually. Great player, good quarterback, fast, can get out the pocket, escape, has a good ball on him. Good player, for sure.
Yeah, what's it mean for you when you are with the starters? You know, I know you've played a lot of football. But, be out here in training camp, be with the ones. Like, what's that mean?
I would just say, like I said, practice is practice. I come out here and take advantage of every rep, every opportunity, and just focus on getting better. I live by a win-today mentality. I'm present. I pull up, do what I got to do. You know, I'm just trying to master what I'm out here doing. Like I said, from a player standpoint and a teammate standpoint. So.
Jaylinn, go back to college with your relationship with Craig. You being a senior, him being a freshman. What was it about him that allowed you guys to kind of connect and stay in touch through the years?
He came in very, very mature, I would say, man. He just, the way he already had a routine, you know, at an early age. His IQ was high. His movement was good. He was, you know, he was special. He's one of those freshmen that you kind of knew to keep your eye on, like, you know, this guy's going to be the next. And our whole crew, our whole secondary knew it, and we're here now. So, great player from the jump, from the start.
What's the biggest difference in his game from when he got here, you know, May with the rookies to the guy you're repping with out here today?
Say that one more time, I'm
What's
sorry.
the biggest difference in Craig from May when he got here as a rookie into the building to today?
I think just as a rookie, you know, you're going to continuously grow. And with our room, we have a lot of, you know, older guys, a lot of good vets, a lot of guys who played a lot of ball. So we share a lot of knowledge with each other. And I think he's a sponge. He soaks in all that knowledge, and he comes out and he executes, you know, and he really wants to be great. I see the way he works. I see the way he attacks, you know, day in and day out, attacks the film room, you know, so I see a bright future for him.
During the scrimmage, you were named the captain. Do you feel like you've taken on a bigger leadership role this year?
I would just say, man, you know, wherever I'm at, I try to, you know, be a leader. Lead in any way possible. You know, I try to do it by example first, and then, you know, vocally to get the guys. You know, I feel like we have many leaders on our teams, and I just want us to, you know, achieve that goal of winning, you know, and building a winning culture is really important to me, and I know it's really important to coach, you know, so I'm bought in, I'm all the way in, and so whatever I got to do to help the guys get that, you know, I'm going to do that.
Jaylinn, it seems like you guys have been playing more quarters than maybe you did last year. Obviously, communication is always very important, but is there an increased emphasis just based on all the things that can happen post-snap from quarters?
It just all depends where we're running. You know, there's always a lot of variables in football. You know, there's always a lot of nuances. There's always a lot of tweaks and coverages based on what the offense is doing. And also we have some stuff based off game plan. So, you know, that's what I'll say about quarters. You know, just, yeah.
So you're all the way bought in with Vrabel.
Yeah.
What does that look like? What does being bought in?
Day in, day out, working consistently, constant. You know, it's from an attitude standpoint and an effort standpoint. You know, we got 4 pillars on our team, full tilt. You know, we wanted, you know, he's came in to change the culture. And like I said, I'm bought into that because I feel like we can be great. And I feel like our team, you know, we have a lot of good guys. You know, once we get to gelling more and more, once we get to, you know, once we get the train rolling more and more, I feel like we have a bright future. So, and Coach's messages every day in and day out, have been great, you know. He always gives us something to look forward to. He always tells us what we got to do, tell us, you know, not to get complacent. We've never arrived. Even though last week was a good week, we had a good preseason game, we never arrived. So, live by that. You know, we consistently want to climb that ladder and achieve, you know, win and get wins.
Jaylinn, you have a lot of guys in the room, a lot of veteran leadership in that room. Guys like Jabril, guys like Kyle. We've seen them on and off the field. Maybe kind of harkening back to what we were talking about before about the rotation. What do you see from them and getting a chance to work alongside from them and really learn from them?
Kyle, Pep, my dogs. I mean, as soon as I came in last year, I just seen it. I see the way Doug prepares. I see the way Doug breaks down film. You know, how he comes in every day. It's just very smart. You know, I learned a lot from him, you know, from just watching him, being alongside with him, playing with him. You know, we talk to each other, communicate on the back end, and, you know, he's a great guy, great person, man. And I'm glad to be his teammate, for real. Same with Pep. You know, Pep bring the energy, the juice. You know, Pep is a dog. And having those two guys, playing with those two guys, and Pep is very smart. Pep is super smart. You know, and having those two guys back there, you know, learning from them, coming in with them last year, embracing my role with them, you know, it's helped me a lot as a player. So I thank them, you know.
Hey, guys.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you. No, that's what I just said. There's a lot of nuance.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, you at this point, you just excited to start the season?
Oh yeah, I'm really excited, man. I'm excited every day I wake up. Let's get it.
How tough is it to still have to be limited at times when you're out there?
I'm real, you know, that's a big challenge. But my coaches and my trainers, you know, the people that's here for me all the time that I talk to, you know, Coach Braves always talk to me. I always love working with Braves. He just always tell me, you know, we know what we're doing. I'm just doing what they want me to do, and I'm just, you know, I'm doing everything they have to do the process. Yeah.
We were talking to Kairos Tonga last week. He said that Clint McMillan's really helped him out as a pass rusher this offseason. How has Clint McMillan helped you this offseason?
That man Clint helped me a lot, man. Great coach, real great coach, man. Helped me with the little things I need for my game, and help me in things I don't see he sees, and I look at things that he talk about. So really just about, you know, he always tell me it's about work. And I used to always love that when he always tell me stuff like that, because literally I look at the things he tell me about, then I work on that, and that's all I'll be focused on.
Yeah, it was a lot of good work over these past 2 days. A veteran defense, they got a lot of good players on defense, so it was nice to get that matchup and get those reps.
How would you assess how the line handled being out of pressure?
I got to watch it and see about today, but yesterday we didn't do as well. They had gave us a lot more than not more than we expected, but they gave us a lot of looks that were just like we were on the same page, so we didn't communicate as well. Today I think we did a little bit better, but it's still some plays that we got to fix.
How good are these 2 days to learn as a group?
Yeah, it was really good. It was really good getting that competition, getting a different team, practicing against them, and just practicing against a higher caliber.
And how about going against the Florida's defense? There's certainly some challenges in that.
Yeah, it was. They gave us a lot of looks. Like I said, yesterday was, it was our first day. Today we came back at it and took a hit at it. It's still some stuff we got to fix, but we were communicating a lot more today.
How big is that word for you guys right now? Communication, getting better at it.
Yeah, it's very big. I mean, we do communicate. It's not that we don't, but especially when a lot of defenses are throwing everything at you, you got to make sure you spot it up right, make sure you're blocking the right people, and just know where you're going.
You got a new alignment out there with Ben Brown at left guard. What have you seen from Ben overall this summer?
Yeah, Ben has been good ever since last year. I mean, he's been a good player, plug and play pretty much. He's been good at center, but I think guard is pretty new for him, but he's still getting those reps and just working through it.
Are there any challenges when that happens, when Jared's out and a new guy comes in for you as a group?
No, not really. I mean, it just falls back on communicating. I mean, we all know the positions. Him as a center, I mean, he knows everything across the line, so it's good for him to get those reps.
What do you want to take out of these 2 days into the second preseason game Saturday?
Really just the competition. I mean, we had good competition throughout the whole 2 days, so just going forward, and then really just working on yourself, knowing what you got beat on, seeing what other guys were working against you, and just fixing those to create good habits.
You guys had a couple of rough plays in the 2-minute, and then you have the booty touchdown. Just sort of how exciting was that to finish?
Yeah, that was dope, especially to finish on that. That was very dope. A jump ball like that over 2 people, so I mean that's a head tap for sure.
With it seems like there were no big fights out here. Was that a major emphasis for you guys to keep things calm?
It wasn't something that was said, but I mean it was just just play ball, just trying to play between the whistle.
How would you describe your conversations with Will as he continues to progress through his rookie training camp? Obviously, Jonathan is a pretty big test.
Yeah, for sure. Me personally, I haven't said nothing to Will, but it's been more Will and Mo, of course, just being tackles. But Will is a good player. It's not really about what the guy's going to do. It's about your personal technique and your own. It's not really about the guy on the other side of the ball. So just from yesterday, watching the film, seeing what he got beat on, seeing what I got beat on as well, and just fixing it coming to day 2, and then keeping those same habits going on forward. Sure.
Thanks, Mike.
Yep. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Oh, this is different. This is different for sure.
So the last 2-minute there, a couple of rough plays, you guys go backwards, but then you finish off with a big play. Just how exciting was that moment?
Oh man, excited man. Just to know, we playing to the last tick of the clock, and shout out to Booty and Drake, connected on that play.
How good were these 2 days for you just to go against a talented defense?
Man, it was good, man. Just reading their defense, man. Their defense is definitely hard to read, but it was fun, going against something different. I feel like this is the first defense that was different, should I say.
Yeah.
seemed like the wide receivers were doing a really good job getting open on one-on-ones. And it seemed like there might have been some separation issues in 11-on-11s. What would you equate that to? Like why you guys are able to get open in the one-on-ones and 7-on-7s, but not as much in team?
I don't know. I gotta watch film, to see. I mean, yeah, I gotta watch film to see. Yeah.
It seemed like maybe there were a couple balls there that hit your hands and you didn't catch. You seemed upset. The second one, just sort of. How tough is that? I couldn't see the first.
The second one was me. That's me, all me. Second one, me, man. I was ready to get out of that. First one, I tried to reach and go get it, a little out of my frame. But I mean, we connect with those, so I ain't even too much tripping about that one. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
No, you good.
It seemed like you guys were dominating one-on-ones. Things kind of slowed down a little bit as practice went on. What do you think changed from your perspective?
Like I said, I don't know too much. I watch film and then see. Feel like we made some plays though. We made some plays. Some things we need to clean up, but that's why we practice.
All those drops pop. Is that just concentration? Is it fatigue? Is it we're late into the summer?
How many drops you think I took? How many drops?
Well, you just told us it was really just one.
Yeah,
the other one kind of bounced off your hands.
Yeah,
there.
one hand. But I'm gonna take it. Me,
All
forget it. Me.
Right. No, good.
Both of them.
You were there.
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it.
Yeah.
We have to ask. Nah, fact. I ain't even too much tripping. Both of them me. I gotta have it. If it's by me, it's mine. So the both of them mine. I'm gonna make those. I'm gonna make those plays, man. Just more concentration. I was ready to get out on that one in the middle of the field. And that's what I just got to catch before I run.
Get out meaning you thought you had space to run after.
No, after I catch, I'm trying to go. So I already had turned my head. And left the ball behind.
You got a lot of work in against Byron Murphy. What was it like going up against him? What kind of challenges did he present?
That was good, man. He's a good player. They play a lot of zone, so I couldn't really see a lot of man with him, but he's a good player.
Was it good working against zones, kind of getting on the same page as Drake?
Yeah, definitely. We see a lot of man. I love man when defense go against man. But they gave us a different look. And their defense is different. When they do a zone, they love that cover too. So it's different. You just got to find the hole and sit.
What do you feel like you learned about your offense after these 2 days of facing another different defense?
Man, that we working. It's not gonna be great right now. We in training camp. We still bonding, getting together, and learning each other. And so that's a good defense, man. And they zone is difficult to read. And I salute Drake. Just sitting in that pocket and reading it out. That's not an easy defense to read. So I salute to Drake and man, the O-line. It's not hard. I mean, it's not easy. And them boys they did what they had to do.
Is it at all frustrating? I know the emphasis today was different than yesterday, but yesterday it felt like you guys had a couple home run plays and were moving the ball, and today maybe not as much. Is it frustrating at all if you hit a snag like that, like you guys did today? It feels like.
Nah, man. I mean, we in practice, man. If we in the game and that's when it's frustrating, man. We in practice, and I feel like, man, we learn from what we see on tape, man. We're gonna go to this tape and watch tape and correct it. Like I say, this like a practice to where you're not really too much watching film on them the whole week and then playing them. So you really just watch the film on how we practice and then go and adjusting. So I mean, once we go to game week and we watch this the whole week, then it'll come like second nature. Like, I see this, he doing this, and then it's something though. But I mean, it's practice, man. I love just being out here with the guys.
What goes into reading out those post-snap rotations? Are you looking at a guy? Is it peripheral vision? How does that work?
Yeah. Well, for me, safeties. For safeties, tell it for me. But other than that, though, it's everywhere. They defense everywhere. So, they be all mugged up, and then next thing you know, they just disperse. So, for me, I just got to watch the safeties and then find the honey hole. That's what they say. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate y'all.